What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 35th volume of the CTC Lightning Round Review, where every Friday we take a look at 8 new products hitting grocery store shelves right now. And this time it's all soft drinks, and I am very excited about it. We've got 2 different Dr. Pepper and cream soda varieties, the regular and the diet. We've got bold Canada Dry Ginger Ale. We have the other flavor of the Mountain Dew Game Fuel Zero. We liked the other one, but this is going to be the Charged Watermelon Shock flavor. We've got an ocean spray for the first time in a very long time. It's Cran-Tropical, Sprite Ginger, and then the regular and the zero sugar version of the Cherry Vanilla Coke. So lots of interesting sounding soft drinks here. So as usual, Ryan and I are about to turn off the cameras. We're going to try all 8 of these drinks. And when we come back, we're going to be ranking them from worst to first in a capsule countdown for their taste and giving all 8 of these new products a Gimmick Grade so you know just how interesting everything is. So yeah, give us a second and we'll be right back. And we're back, and coming in at 8th place, last place on today's capsule countdown, unfortunately, is the Sprite Ginger. So this does also come in a Sprite Zero Ginger variety, but I made the rookie mistake of all time and found it one time at a Kroger in Houston and did not purchase it. And I have not been able to find it since, despite searching frantically, and I promise I will never make that mistake ever again. So anyway, now that we've ripped that Band-Aid off, this is also the worst drink, which makes me feel less bad that I don't have to drink it basically twice. Of course, it looks like Sprite. There's really no reason to come in on this, Ryan. It's a clear beverage with carbonation. Probably not the most interesting looking drink, but I think that expanding into a Sprite ginger ale, a lemon lime ginger, that's just weird enough to kind of pique my interest gimmick-wise. I'll give the gimmick a 7 out of 10, but the taste is disgusting. Too much going on at once. Maybe a appropriate alcohol mixer, but definitely not something that can stand on its own merits. I think it's pretty disgusting. Well, I paid a lot of money for it, though, that's for sure. $5.27 is what I paid for a 12-pack of the Sprite Ginger at H-E-B. And taste-wise, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. 8th place on today's Capsule Countdown. All right, and that brings us to clear the deck of ginger, thank God. So this is the Canada Dry Bold Ginger Ale, $4 for a 12-pack of this at Target. But I have seen it already pop up in 2-liter bottles, so you might be able to get it a bit cheaper. Now, this one, you know, it is unbelievably bold. Right, Ryan? I mean, it's like twice as strong as a ginger ale is supposed to be. Here is what it looks like. It is bold and gold, that's for sure. Look, the gimmick of a bold ginger ale, definitely not something I saw coming. Definitely something that as soon as I saw it, I decided to buy it. So got to give them some credit. I'll give them a 5.5 Gimmick Grade. How about that? But taste-wise, it is a mixer for sure. Even more so than the Sprite Ginger, or more so than anything else you see here today. This is very clearly meant to mask the taste of some alcohol, of some persuasion, because on its own, you better have pretty dulled taste buds to enjoy it, because it is way too strong of a ginger flavor. Probably gonna be okay with your Moscow Mule mixing, process, but definitely not so much as a standalone soft drink. So I'm going to give the taste a 3 out of 10 and 7th place on today's Capsule Countdown. And I like Canada Dry, but that's just not where it's at. Okay, and that brings us to 6th place, and this is where things start getting confusing. But I believe it's the Diet Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda. Look at these beautiful 16-ounce cans. Thank you so much, Dr. Pepper, for making these. These are $1.17 at H-E-B. I wish every new soda would just come out with 16-ounce cans like a good old-fashioned Busch. And as far as the gimmick goes, combining Dr. Pepper and cream soda kind of brings me back to one of my favorite, actually, maybe my favorite tasting product that I've ever reviewed on this channel, which is the Dr. Pepper milkshake at Whataburger. I think that is the best tasting product. And this is like, it's a vanilla flavor. paired with Dr. Pepper. Now, bringing the diet element into it, to me it tasted a bit more like Dr. Pepper and a bit less like vanilla or cream soda. Ryan had mentioned that he's had a few Diet Dr. Peppers and that he could tell a pretty clear difference and that it was pretty superior to that.
It tastes like a good Diet Dr. Pepper.
It tastes like a good Diet Dr. Pepper. I can definitely get behind that. But what do you think for the gimmick? That's a tough one, right? Because it's something you definitely don't see coming. But packaging is pretty plain and boring. But I do like that it came in 16-ounce cans, so I'll give them a bonus point for that. I would give them a 7 out of 10. I can give it an 8 out of 10 for the gimmick. And for the taste of the diet version, how about 5 out of 10? I mean, it's kind of right in the middle there, and 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown. All right, so that brings us to kind of an underperformer after we've talked up the recent Game Fuel editions, but it's the Game Fuel Zero Charged Watermelon Shock. One thing that makes this really something neat is, of course, the can. Everybody has probably seen me open these before, but it does reseal and just, oh yeah, I need to slide it back, and it has this nice pouring spout that is very satisfying. That's beautiful. That looks like just like a carbonated watermelon soda, as you would expect. The one advantage of this is, if you're gonna make a watermelon soda, I just expect it to be just an absolute sugar bomb, and as the name implies, this is zero sugar. It's $1.98 at Walmart, so the price is definitely fair, and it's a good tasting drink. Now, can you possibly compare it to the orange that has the sugar in it, or to the raspberry lemonade zero? I don't think it stacks up. For the gimmick, just because of the packaging and continuing the legacy of one of my favorite product lines, I will give the gimmick an 8 out of 10, but for taste, it's going to be a 5.5 in 5th place on today's Capsule Countdown. And that brings us to the midway point, and coming in at 4th place is this one. This one. It is this one. The Cherry Vanilla Coca-Cola. Now, this was $2.09 at RaceTrac for a bottle of this. What is this, 16.9 ounces? No, 20 ounces. And here is what it looks like. That is a bit too syrupy. That is just, it is a syrup bomb. The thing about it is I'm not getting a ton of like cherry Coke taste, and I would like to, because I like cherry Coke. I don't know. I don't think that it's elevating anything. I think I'd rather have a vanilla Coke, and I'd rather have a cherry Coke than a cherry vanilla Coke, and that's a problem. The gimmick, look, you could have fooled just about anybody that this was just a regular cherry Coke. You can't even tell. They made a very low effort approach at differentiating this from their other products in terms of its appearance. And because of that, I'm only going to give it a 4 out of 10 for the Gimmick Grade, a 3 out of 10 for the Gimmick Grade. And for taste, it's all right, 5.5 out of 10. I mean, not something I could really see myself drinking through a whole heck of a lot of, that's for sure. But I could see that for our 3rd place winner here today. It's the Cran-Tropical Ocean Spray. Now, the thing that they're kind of promoting with the Cran-Tropical is they're giving all of the profits to their farmers for this one flavor. So the blend is cranberry, mango, guava, and orange, but most of what I taste is guava, with a little bit of orange, but very, very little cranberry, which was extremely surprising. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks like guava juice, quite frankly. But smells great, tastes great. Bucket Dollar General, can't argue with that. Can't argue with the price. That's for darn sure. I think it's the cheapest thing that we got on the table here. And one of the better tasting ones. Tastes good, really has a good tropical flavor. Very complex flavor, you know, like the flavor kind of changes based on the stage of it hitting your tongue and your taste buds in your mouth. So I really like it. Now, the gimmick of a cran anything ocean spray, unless they start making it like with cold brew coffee or something, it just, ocean spray doesn't get all that inventive because they've compared, or they've combined cranberry with just about everything at this point. So gimmick-wise, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. But taste-wise, 7 out of 10. And third place on today's Capsule Countdown. Pretty solid.
What's it gonna be?
What is it gonna be? They both look exactly the same, but nope, it's gonna be the Cherry Vanilla Coca-Cola Zero. This one, very drinkable. What really, I think that the main criticism of the regular Cherry Vanilla Coke is that really after a few sips, it really starts hitting you. Like that sugar really just becomes very exhausting. And this eliminates the sugar, as I'm sure you could imagine from the name. Now, the Coca-Cola Zero Sugar does have a pretty good reputation among like diet soft drinks, and I think that this is the best example of it. I think adding in a little bit of like vanilla and a little bit of cherry flavor to a Coca-Cola Zero, it's the right thing to do. I think they could have just introduced this and done something else crazy with regular Coke, but they chose not to do that. Really nothing special in the gimmick category. I think I gave it a 3 out of 10 earlier. That's going to extend to the Zero Sugar, still $2.09 at RaceTrac. But for the taste, really good. A 7.5 out of 10 for sure. Second place on today's Capsule Countdown.
That's like my favorite Coca-Cola product.
Oh, really? All right, we'll give it an 8 out of 10 then.
Hey,
how about that? So, but that does lead us to, I think, the canned legacy of the Dr. Pepper milkshake at Whataburger, which is Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Now, if you're looking for something that is the absolute perfect balance between a good vanilla, almost ice cream-like flavor, and Dr. Pepper with the carbonation, then this is your move right here. It's this is the most, I think it's the most enjoyable form of Dr. Pepper ever created, except the Dr. Pepper milkshake at Whataburger. Really, I mean, just exceptional work. Tastes great. The vanilla hits you first. The smell is really something special. Like it's like it smells like an ice cream, ice cream social. You put the scoop of the ice cream in your Dr. Pepper and
Pepper float.
Dr. Pepper float. That's it. So I think this is just really something very cool.
A shade better than that Dr. Pepper blueberry or whatever that was.
Oh God, that was the worst.
Terrible.
That had the worst can design of all time too. I guess I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Yay! First place on today's Capsule Countdown. Definitely worth it, especially if you can find it in the 16-ounce can. I only paid $1.17 at H-E-B, so for me, that's a steal. That's a bargain right there. And this is a dessert in and of itself. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's just tasty. That's doing it right. Very, very good. You want to talk about doing it right though? Coca-Cola Magic cans, they didn't do it right because it only lasted a couple weeks for the contest. You might have noticed on an earlier CTC lightning round when we show off a product from the archives, I showed you a Coca-Cola can that springs out like a $5 certificate. Well, I have since added to that a New Kids on the Block display poster from the summer of 1990 promoting the Coca-Cola Magic cans. And this is really something awesome. Can't beat the real thing, right, Ryan? Boy, this is just, that is as 1990 as it gets right there. That is just a thing of beauty. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it, but it's not going in a closet or in a storage unit. This is something that needs to be on full display. For those of you that didn't catch the lightning round where I talked about it, basically they filled this with like a really nasty tasting liquid, and then they sprung load a, not dollar bill, they sprung load a cash redemption certificate out of the can, and basically a bunch of dumb kids drank it even though they weren't supposed to, and a bunch of people just, we're just complaining, just being idiots. So they got rid of the contest after like 2 weeks.
What was the liquid?
It's like a silicone something rather, like I don't know, something. It's like more gelatinous than it is liquid, but it's nasty. And I think they made it like peppery or something. I don't know. Not something you were supposed to drink, and not something you should have drank. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, in person, like, you would have to like be like really going after the drink that's inside of there, because there's like a totally separate functionality where it's spring loading out. But I didn't know that the New Kids on the Block had anything to do with it. But I am very, very, very glad to add that to my collection and to share that with you guys, as we do every Friday here on the CTC Lightning Round. And let's see what's in store next. Let's see. So oh boy, it's Mystery Week next week, Ryan.
Yes.
So Tuesday, we're going to be covering Kool-Aid Mystery Jammers and Mystery Laffy Taffy, and then a Lightning Round review with 8 new chips and snacks for 2020 with a mystery-themed product from the archives. So anyway, guys, what are the mysteries gonna be? I don't know. Right now, it's still a mystery, and I'm not gonna spill the beans. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's review, and I guess I'll miss you until I see you. Cheers. Grab some of this good stuff.